All right. So let me say yet again, thank you for the support that you guys have shown for our new single. I will link it in the description, or more so the pinned comment, as I have for the entire week. Our new song, our new single from my band called The Great Equalizer. That's the name of the song from my band Backwards. I mean, it's been up and down these like top 10 in terms of iTunes charts. You guys have been playing the hell out of it. I appreciate you guys so much purchasing it. The band appreciates it, you guys, and I just want to go out of my way to say that. This was a throwaway song that we kind of just gave you guys, and we did make the album, the first album, and we just had it because it was, it's relevant. We put it up, we touched it up, and then we put it out, and you guys have been really supportive. And it's also had allowed us to sort of assess kind of the sound that you guys like, because I've even heard people say that this was their most favorite song. Only I'm like, it's interesting. Nonetheless, today we got to talk about The Last of Us 2. Now, setting the scene, Naughty Dog and everybody attached to them has been going after a lot of guys, that fellow content creators. I know Jeremy now from Big East and Games has been taken completely off of Twitter because of something that he shared. They have been abusing these nonsensical laws by way of these different companies, Twitter, YouTube, and so forth. I think that's BS. And no amount of what I'm going to say is going to change that. But if anything, it sort of doubles down on the direction that this company decided to go, and in terms of their approach to this game, has been unbelievable. But when the initial leaks came out, I had some skepticism. I was like, what the hell? This is crazy. And I did a video about it. But I remained, I don't want to even say optimistic, because that's not the proper term. What I did was say, look, there's got to be something. When the game comes out, there's going to be some sort of, dare I say, explanation as far as to what exactly goes down here. Because it just didn't make sense in terms of the direction that they chose to go, considering how they handled the first game. I'm not going to go into too much details, but certainly when it came to the Tomb Raider and Alien, Joel, it's like they made the game, the first one, and the direction that they decide to go with these characters makes no sense. And what I was hoping was, after the leaks came out, I was like, there's got to be some sort of added context that makes this make sense. It's like a choose your own destiny. I know that's not any sort of direction that they've gone in the past with their first game and the expansion. But from what I'm picking up, it's actually worse. Now look, Last of Us, the first one, was a game that I probably clocked the most hours of any game that I own. And it wasn't the story. Now, I've long said that. This is why I said I was out on it regardless. Once I heard they were kind of flaky with the multiplayer, like it wasn't going to release at launch, all this sort of weird stuff. It's like, if it ain't multiplayer, I don't want it, because that's what really reeled me in. I know there's some other guys that they're all about the story, and I like the story, don't get me wrong. But that multiplayer was something about it, man. It was something about that 4v4 and getting 4 of my bros and playing competitively, man. That stuff was something else, okay? So being able to do that, and not being able to, seemingly at lunch, I was already out on it. But I would at least played it, obviously, if with this, if the story was decent. What the leaks showed me earlier on, when the leaks came out, what the leaks were like, there's absolutely no way. Once the leaks were out, it was like, there's no way that I would buy this as is. But I'm thinking that there's going to be some added context that changes this. And it doesn't. It makes it worse. The full game comes out and the context is worse. When we find out what happened, I'm not gonna give it all away because maybe there's someone that watches this video that actually cares about the spoilers, and so I'll only mildly spoil it for you. The leaks were not only true. There's other things that happen within it that make it worse. So there's no added context that actually makes this better. They screwed over the two of the characters, one of which I mean, I don't care if it's spoiled. Like, this is something we got to talk about. One of which a person is killed, and you actually have to play as that person that killed this classic character. Well, to the game, that is classic in terms of the game. And aside from that, the ending is like, what the hell? Dude, what are they doing over there? I know everybody's like, Neil Druckmann and all these other guys that, they're involved in this are like, I'm sitting here like, what possibly? And this is it. I know some people were like, email. I know some people were like, they make sure they hyperemphasize her sexuality. And I knew that was going to be a thing. I saw that coming a mile away. That was expected. That was like one of the things that I was not going to be surprised about. I knew that was going to happen. Of course, they were going to remind you of that. They have an inability to actually write some of these characters just like good characters. Of course, they have to, if they are of that ilk, they have to emphasize their sexuality. That was going to be anticipated. That was one of the least surprising things about what I found out about everything. But holy crap, guys. The context makes it worse. And I just don't understand how franchise after franchise continues to go in the tank, alienating fan bases, trying to appease people that I feel like sometimes don't even buy games, don't read comics, don't participate in that culture. And there they start blaming the damn audience for that, like the actual consumers. I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't know what it is that these guys are trying to do here. Look, it's not about even like them making money or anything. It's like just, you think that individuals had some sort of integrity to try to value what it exists, right, already, and built upon that. Not every sequel is going to be awesome. It may be worse. But this is going out of your way to crap on the character. They had to do that. They had to go out of their way to do that. And that was totally unnecessary. So what I know, if you're playing Last of Us for the story, I would advise, don't even red box it. It's not even worth it. Go look at the leaks. Go read what people have said about it. The whole entire story is already out now. Just don't even red box it, yo. Oh my God. I know I didn't say much in this video, but holy shiz, man. For these people my expectations were already low, right? They were fairly low. I guess I'd go down here. Low, very low. But I'm just leaving just an ounce of hope that there's some added context that makes that storyline from what came out of the leaks either not true, makes it make sense, which is going to be very hard to do. And all the context did when it was truly added was make it worse, which I actually didn't see coming. I actually did not see that coming, believe it or not. Unbelievable, bros. Absolutely unbelievable. But this is where we're at. This is where we're at, man. And now with this whole everybody's virtue signaling to their oblivion, I think you can consider gaming franchises, comic book franchises, art entertainment franchises now, because this was obviously was created before that, or when it just started getting going. It's just gonna be worse from here, guys. Please do not get Last of Us 2. Just don't do it. Just don't do it.